Now, this is the third annual lecture of the Welsh Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs. How recovery became a key player again is the name of the lecture this evening. And this event also marks the premiere of the Living Room Cardiff promotional film, a community reinforcement approach to ameliorate dependency from drug and alcohol and other harmful behaviours. And I'm sure that most of you here tonight will know about the great work that's been done in Cardiff at the moment with the Living Room, which is going to be opened officially in Cardiff on September the 8th, and that's very exciting news. But before we get started this evening, I'm very pleased now to introduce our sponsor for this evening, who has very kindly popped over from his very busy schedule at the Senedd to come and open this evening for us tonight. So, croeso cynnes, give a very warm welcome, therefore, to the Assembly member, Alan Fred Jones.
Diolch yn fawr iawn yng Ngharad, ac mae genna I swydd hawdd iawn, sef dim ond croesawu chi yma i'r adeilad hardd yma i'r Senedd, a dwi'n falch iawn o gael noddi digwyddiad ar achlysur pwysig yma gan fod y mater yma, pwnc yma, yn un sydd o'r pwys mwyaf. A very warm welcome to you here. I'm the Assembly member for Arfon, so I travel a long way down here. But I'm very pleased to be able to sponsor this evening's event here in the Pierhead building. I am also looking forward to the lecture and to the following events. And obviously, this is an issue that is probably one of the biggest afflictions facing our communities and our society at the beginning of the 21st century, and I've lived long enough to see many friends and colleagues suffer from this affliction, and also to see some of them conquering their illness, but sadly others, of course, failing to do so. So, with those three words, a very warm welcome, and I'm looking forward to the evening. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi a phob dymuniad.
Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much. Now, it might seem a little bit strange that before I introduce our eminent guest speaker tonight, Phil Valentine, I'm going to have to apologise on behalf of our original speaker, who was due to be here, William L. White, or Bill White, as he's known. Because of illness, unfortunately, he couldn't travel to Wales. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Bill White is a senior research consultant at Chestnut Health Systems, and he has worked full-time in the addiction treatment since 1969 as a street worker, counsellor, clinical director, administrator and research associate. He was one of the founding staff members of Lighthouse, and following positions in Chicago and Washington, D.C., returned in 1986 to start Chestnut's Research and Training Division, and he has provided training and consultation in 45 states in Asia and in Europe. And the reason why I'm introducing him, although he isn't here, is because he has very kindly sent us a letter to apologise for not being able to be here this evening. And this is what he says. Dear friends of the Welsh Council on Alcohol and Other Drugs, please accept my deepest regrets that my recent surgery prevents me from being with you tonight at the opening of Stafell Fyw Caerdydd promotional evening. And I am, however, delighted that Phil Valentine, a dear friend and one of our leading recovery advocates in the US, will be with you in my stead. These are exciting and important times. Recovering people and their families and allies are awakening culturally and politically in countries around the globe. That awakening is seen in the growth and diversification of recovery mutual aid societies, the birth and renewal of recovery community organisations, calls for greater recovery orientation in addiction treatment, and challenges to the social stigma that has long constituted a barrier to personal and family recovery. And that awakening is also evident in the rising recovery movement in the UK and in the recent activities of the Welsh Council. If I was with you tonight, I would pass on 3 simple lessons from our advocacy work in the US this past decade. The first is simple but profound. There are multiple pathways and styles of long-term addiction recovery, and all are a cause for celebration. The second is that recovery is contagious. If you want it, you have to get close to it, catch it, keep catching it, and pass it on to others. The third is that personal recovery is precious, but we have to find ways to move beyond our own redemption to heal our wounded families, break intergenerational cycles of addiction, and join with others to heal whole communities. Our job is to create the physical, psychological, and social space in which recovery can flourish in communities across the globe. Tonight, we stand to put a face and voice on recovery. Tonight, we stand to shape the future of recovery. I wish each of you and your families Godspeed on your journey into that future, and look forward to the day when I will be with you to witness firsthand the fruits of this work you have begun. Bill White. That was very kind of him to send us that. And of course, we wish him speedy recovery and hope that he will be with us soon. But we're so grateful, Phil Valentine, that you're with us here tonight. A short introduction. Phil Valentine is the Executive Director for the Connecticut Community for Addiction Recovery, known as CCAR. In 2006, the Johnson Institute recognized his efforts with an America Honors Recovery Award. In 2008, Faces and Voices of Recovery honored CCAR with the first Joel Hernandez Voice of the Recovery Community Award as the outstanding recovery community organization in the country. In 2009, the Hartford Business Journal named him the Non-Profit Executive of the Year. Currently, he is spearheading CCAR's effort to build a statewide network of recovery community centres that feature innovative peer recovery support services like telephone recovery support, all recovery groups, and Recovery Works employment services. The title of the lecture, as I mentioned earlier, is How Recovery Became a Key Player Again, and we look forward very much to hearing what you have to tell us tonight. Please give him a huge welcome, Phil Valentine.
We good? Hello, everyone. My name is Phil Valentine, and but for the grace of God, I have not had a drink or a drug since December 28th, 1987. That puts me in my 24th year of recovery. And you know, sometimes that's the most important thing I say. Hey, they spelled my name wrong. It's not Philp, but anyway, all right? Oh, actually, I spelled my name wrong. No, my typo. The words of what Bill White just said are unbelievable, and he's been a dear friend and colleague of mine for many years. And that's really the essence of my message. What I want to do tonight is talk to you about my personal recovery and talk to you how that was transformed into an organization that has done some incredible things, the recovery community in Connecticut. So I just kind of want to outline that story. I also want to say that my welcome here in Wales has been incredible, and I feel so at home and so blessed to be here for a variety of reasons. I drove from here to St. David's, and fell in love with the country, the landscape and the sea coast. It's just extraordinary, isn't it? It is, isn't it? It's remarkable. So you ready to get this on a roll? I have prepared a PowerPoint for you. There's 278 slides, and I am going to read every word to you. How does that sound? No, that's not the way I'm going to work, really.